Well, thank you so much for joining us. We are Fox 13's Unscripted. So hello, streamers. And tonight we've got a special guest. This is St. Pete Clearwater Film Commissioner. You are Lisa Dozois.
Yes.
And so, Lisa, you have been with the St. Pete Film Commission for 12 years now.
Yes.
And you were just telling me that you started off as a volunteer. So what would you say, I guess, what is your main job as a film commissioner? What do you do?
Well, the main job is to attract production companies to Pinellas County to get them to try to do their projects here in our area.
Okay. And so you've probably overseen quite a few projects in your time then.
Yes, quite a few.
Okay. Okay. What would you say is the thing that it takes to kind of make sure that people know about Tampa Bay, hey, this is where you can come and make films?
Yeah, well, it's all about marketing. We're the destination marketing organization for Pinellas County. The Film Commission is part of Visit St. Pete Clearwater. So we are tasked with driving tourism to Pinellas County. So at VSPC, we have probably about 45 staff. And in our business development group, we have the meetings and conventions team, the leisure travel market, the sports commission, and the film commission. So each of us attracts a different type of person to come to Pinellas County. So the film commission, we are looking for directors and producers and location scouts. And, having a beautiful destination is one of the big draws, especially this time of year. We are in our busy season right now because everybody up north it's too cold to be outside and be doing shooting outside, so they like to come down to Pinellas, down south, do their projects, and then spend a couple extra days here in the area.
Wow, I think it's easy to forget that, when even though we're busy right now in holiday season, it's the low season for some jobs and it's the high season for other jobs. So wow, it's really neat to learn that you guys are kind of ramping up a lot of your filming and things now, probably because the weather is so nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's nice here, and we'll stay pretty busy through tax day, usually middle April, sometimes into May. And yes, it's very busy, not just with film, but we are a big production area for commercial work and print work because of our beautiful backdrops. So student projects, documentaries, we do all kind of work over at the Film Commission.
Okay. Well, now that we've kind of established what you guys do, I do want to show a little bit of the work that has been done over the years. It takes a lot in order for you guys to kind of gather everything up and get it to where, consumers like me would then watch these films. So tell me a little bit about, the crews that you have. How do you find them?
Well, we have an online production guide, and we encourage everybody in the area, especially Pinellas County, to have a listing in our online production guide. It's free and it's keyword searchable, and when production companies come to our area, we encourage them to go to the guide and just, keyword search on the type of person they're looking for, and then you get search results, and then those people can get called and interviewed and maybe invited to set to work on the job. We also do a lot on our social channels, so whenever a production company contacts us with a need for crew, we'll put a crew call out on our social.
And these are all super experienced people. So are any of them students and they've been doing this for maybe just a couple of months or a year? Or I'm sure you're also attracting people who've been doing this for many, many years.
Yeah, it runs the gamut. I mean, we've trained a lot of people. So there's some new people coming in and learning and getting on set, working as a PA, a production assistant. And then there's the seasoned people who have been here for decades that are, you see all the time on set. So it's really a mixture. It's men, it's women, it's young, it's old. It's great.
Have you ever been on the set to see, I guess, from beginning to end what their day is like?
Oh, the days are long. And sometimes, I described it recently to somebody. It's like a beehive. There's all this buzzing activity going on, and you wonder with all the chaos how anything gets done, but it does, because everybody knows exactly what their role is, and they just do their job, and at the end of the day, it's a long day, like I said, but the work gets done, and it happens day after day. So it's really amazing to watch.
Wow, it's a well-oiled machine.
That is for sure.
Oh man, did you ever have any background in film yourself?
Well, I came in as a photographer, so more I'm a stills photographer background. I love to get out in our destination and shoot photos of the area, and that's actually how I started as the volunteer. They were looking for location photographers, so I got involved that way and started taking photos. And then just as the years went by, just working and by osmosis, I've learned so much, and all the training that we've offered on all different topics in film production. I've just got a degree just by working.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, there's no better way to build experience other than just getting out there and doing it.
Mm-hmm, exactly.
How would you say things have changed in your time as film commissioner here in our area with just getting those films off the ground and coming to Tampa Bay?
Well, the biggest change is there's so much competition now, and it's not just in the United States, but there are films being produced all over the world, and that is a big challenge for us. We're not the only place that has beautiful locations, and it's not just beautiful locations that people are looking for too. They need the gritty ones and the jungles and all different things. Recently, the strikes have had an impact on the industry as a whole, with the work shut down and such. So that's been one thing that wasn't around when I first started, and that was a relatively new thing. So. In the state of Florida, it right now currently does not have a state incentive program, so we have put together a local incentive for our area to try to track production. So that is a change. We've grown that budget over the years.
Okay, yeah. I mean, it's I know that being Florida, you've got Atlanta, which is a huge mecca and draw for the film industry on the East Coast. But Florida, I mean, we have a lot going on too. Mm-hmm. So with the incentive program that you guys have there in Pinellas County, I mean, what types of movies have you been able to do? Maybe let's take a look at some of those shots here while we're talking.
Okay. Oh, this is Love Unleashed, and it is a rom-com with starring a dog. That one shot a lot in Gulfport and in a house on the water in St. Petersburg, and that is not airing yet, but it should be on hopefully on Lifetime soon.
Okay. Wow. So yeah, you've got beach house, beach scenic things, all of these important and lovely landmarks that we have here in our area. So yeah, more to come with Lisa here after we take a short break. Welcome back to Unscripted, friends. We are here with Lisa Duzois, and you are the St. Pete Clearwater Film Commissioner. Mm-hmm. And so we've been talking about filmmaking in the Pinellas County area, and there have been some really big budget films that have also been filmed in the Tampa Bay area as a whole. And so we're going to take a look at a story that was done a couple years ago by Aaron Mesmer on the Edward Scissorhands house.
This is the most well-known house in Lutz's Carpenters Run neighborhood.
The home's priceless, and I can't believe we own it.
Joey LaCalzi has had his eye on it for many years because of his connection to it and his connection to the time when Tinseltown came to Tinsmith Circle.
I was a dishwasher at the Denny's in Wesley Chapel.
Exactly 30 years ago, not far from that restaurant, Tim Burton was filming parts of his movie, Edward Scissorhands. Set designers built a castle in the middle of a Wesley Chapel farm. It was the focus of a Fox 13 report.
Looks like Disney World, doesn't it?
And LaCalzi was asked to wash the crew's dishes.
I've been telling that story ever since then, and nobody really paid any attention to it except the owners of this house.
Earlier this year, the house went on the market. LaCalzi and his wife Sharon had to have it.
We were the first offer in, and we were pretty excited.
And they think Joey's connection to the movie helped convince the previous owner to sell it to them.
She turned down cash offers and offers from all over the world just because I was the dishwasher for the movie staff.
2 months later, the LaCalzis decided they wanted more of the movie's 60s era feel. That means a new pastel paint job to better match what it looked like on the big screen.
Of course it needed a paint job anyway, but the 30th anniversary is coming up in a month and a half.
This week, they started repainting the house. They also want to fill it with some of the movie's decor.
We do want to turn this into almost like a gallery.
And then open it up to public viewings, like the Bog family opened their home to Edward.
I love all the scenes that are inside the house now.
But most of all, they love where they live now.
Every day you don't know what's coming. It's not like a normal house.
And it may never be, but that's the way the LaCalzes like it. In Lutz, Aaron Mesmer, Fox 13 News.
I mean, how could you not be impressed by seeing like a little bit of that film history here in our area? Tim Burton is a director that I'm a fan of, and I understand you got to meet him.
I did. It was so exciting.
So what was that like? I mean, and what was the set in which the situation where you actually were able to speak with him?
Yeah, this happened, I think it was in 2015, and Tim Burton came down to film some opening scenes for one of his films, Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children, and he had been here before, obviously, for this Edward Scissorhands, so he wanted to come back, and he landed in our area, and we were just on set one day. It was a huge production, of course, because it was Tim Burton, and we just got to go inside and watch, and then when he was able to take a break, he came over and was talking to us. He was just a regular nice man, and I shook his hand, and it was so exciting. I didn't wash my hand for probably a week, and that was my favorite story.
I mean, Hollywood, a Hollywood celebrity right there. Do you have a favorite film of his that he's done?
Oh, that one was a pretty good one. I enjoyed that a lot. I like Sweeney Todd too.
Yeah. Sweeney Todd's also a great one. I wonder sometimes if he ever thinks about coming back here.
Probably does.
Yeah, to come and do another shot. Why not?
He stayed at the Don Cesar, so that was one of his criteria, is that he wanted to stay there, so he got to stay there. So, as long as that's been around for how many years? 80. So as long as it keeps sticking around, he might be back.
Oh, yeah, that's so cool. And it's not just Tim Burton who has been a big recognizable Hollywood name who's come here to our area. You've also helped to facilitate films where there's been Bryan Cranston has come.
Yes.
And Ashanti and Cedric the Entertainer have come, and they've all been involved in film projects. We do have a couple of pictures to show with that. So
Bryan Cranston
tell me about some of
yes,
these.
That was when they were filming at the Don Cesar also. They spent a couple weeks here and filmed in our area, and it was great. They filmed around the pool that time. They also filmed at the 10-pin bowling lanes, at the Dolphin Motel in St. Pete Beach. This was here, the Plus One at the Sand Pearl in Clearwater Beach, right there on the beach. It was beautiful. It looked great. They showed a lot of the hotel property and the beach right there in that shot. And that was just really fun to be part of that as well. And the colors are great. The story was fun, and it's a fun job. It's a hard job, but it is fun, and people love coming out on set and hearing like those people that we just watched at the house. They love it. They eat it up. So it's just an interesting field.
There's just so much that I think it's easy for people to forget as a viewer, if you're watching a movie, that there's so many hands that are involved. And of course, when you roll the credits and a lot of people just walk out of the theater or, stop the stream on TV, like there's a lot of names that are associated with those projects.
Yeah, a lot. And I now stay to the end of the credits because we always will have our logo at the end of the films that are filming here in our area. So another film that shot here a couple years ago, one of the Hallmark ones, was A Taste of Love, and that shot all around Dunedin. And what was really special about that is that they actually called the cities and the places in the city by name. So that was designed on purpose to try to attract tourists and moviegoers to come to our area. So last year we screened that at the Dunedin International Film Festival, and we had the talent Martin and Jesse Cove came in, and Aaron Cahill and Susan Green, and they spoke spoke at the film festival. We did the screening, and it was a fun time, and they love it here too. So everybody who comes here once, they want to come back whenever they have a chance.
Absolutely. I mean, you can kind of see it. I know that some of those were production shots for the film, but you can kind of see a little bit of the candidness there in those pictures.
Yeah.
And you guys also, oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Well, I just wanted to make a mention that we are going also into our film festival season. So starting in January, we'll have 3 local film festivals. We've got the Dunedin International Film Festival coming January 9th through 12th, and then the Sunshine City Film Festival is the 12th through the 20th of January, and then we have the Tampa International Gay and Lesbian Film Festival at the end of January. Then we go into Black Arts and Film. February, Gasparilla in March, and then the Sunscreen Film Festival. It'll be its 20th year. That's in downtown St. Petersburg, and that's at the end of April, the last Thursday in April. Wow. So we partner with all those festivals too. We see a lot of great films, and it's an opportunity for us to boast about our area and attract more production to the area.
Yeah, and it's not just films that you guys work on too. There's also HDTV. Anyone?
Yes.
like that is, it's definitely a network that I love to watch. But you guys also have like that certain shows that are produced in our area too, in Pinellas County.
Yes, HGTV likes to come here often. The Beachfront Bargain Hunt renovation shows have filmed here many times. I'm going to draw a blank on the other ones, but the big one, the one probably the proudest project, I mean, it was great to shake Tim Burton's hand and meet Bryan Cranston, but HGTV shot their entire season 5 of their hit series Rock the Block last year in Treasure Island, down in our beautiful waterfront community of Treasure Island, Florida. So they spent 8 weeks filming. There was a couple months of pre-production work that was involved, and I mean, it was huge production. It had a major economic impact. They spent $1.3 million locally, hired 157 local crew, and booked about 1,200 room nights, and it was just a wonderful project. The city went over and above to just accommodate their every need, from reserving parking to helping them find accommodations for their crew. And they filmed at the end of this canal, so they set up shop in some of the housing that was nearby so they could get different camera angles. And the biggest coup probably was the last night they wanted to do a drone show for the season finale, and it was supposed to be on a Friday night, but everything had to get shifted because of talent availability. So it had to shift to Saturday night, and Saturday night was the major night of the Standing Ovations sand sculpting competition when they were going to do a fireworks show. So I was like, no way is the city going to allow the drone show and then the fireworks, because all the resources were already spoken for to do the fireworks show. But the production company made the ask, and the city thought about it, and they said, you know what, we'll let you do the drone show, because I mean, we had to shut down a street and line up 100 drones in the street and let them off. And they said, we'll let you do that if you can be out by 7:30 p.m. so that we can get over to the fireworks. And the crew said, no problem, we'll do that. And it worked. Nice. It was amazing cooperation with the city and the production company and the film commission. And that's also key to how we can get production here, to having film-friendly neighborhoods and production-friendly municipalities to work with.
Everyone working together, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we will be right back. Stay with us after this break. Welcome back to Fox 13 Unscripted. We are here with Film Commissioner of St. Pete Clearwater, Lisa Dubois. So we're going to wrap up just kind of talking about all things Christmas. What would you say is your favorite Christmas movie, or few if you have them?
Ooh, that's a tough one, because there's so many good ones, and the rom-coms are always good. I actually, I like one that's been around a long time. It's called Love Actually. I just like the different stories of the people at this time of year. I love Polar Express. I mean, that's just a classic too, for a lot of different reasons, much different reasons than love actually. And of course, Home Alone.
Yeah, it's classic. You got to have that. I mean, who doesn't want to see all the hijinks that happen with that film?
Yeah, that was funny.
Okay, yeah. I have a few that usually end up in my rotation. Klaus, which is on Netflix, is an animated feature film. Lovely. Love it so much. Usually I will watch The Holiday as well. And then I've started adding Jingle Jangle into my rotation. That is a film that came out during the pandemic, actually, and it was on Netflix as well.
Netflix, yeah, I like that one too.
Yeah,
that was really good.
It was a good one. And there have been a couple of films, at least one that we do have some video to show you, that was a Christmas movie filmed here in our area, filmed in Pinellas County, Elfette.
Elfette Saves Christmas. And there's the Elfettes right there, gas enough to come down to the beach from New York City. And I think that is inside, do you know the Roberts Christmas shop?
Yes.
Over on Gulf to Bay. And then this is, of course, St. Pete Beach, one of our beautiful beaches, because you can't have Christmas in Florida without showing the beach.
Of course not. It wouldn't be Florida without showing the beach, of course. Well, thank you so much, Lisa, for coming and talking all things film and movie making in Tampa Bay with us this evening. I certainly appreciate your time. And I got to learn some things as well. Hopefully you did too, and you had a great time. So.
I had a fantastic time. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Oh, great. Well, thank you guys for tuning in to Fox 13 Unscripted. Have a great night.
Good night.